This is the Ox.
And Q Show.
And Ox, you were telling me that you're tongue-tied. I want to tell you something. I have never seen you lost for words. What do you mean by that?
Well, I was trying to talk so fast that I went. Got a little bit tongue-tied, but
I hear
hey,
you.
that's what happens, you know. I get a lot of thoughts, and I talk so fast that I forget to remember what I'm going to say. But a lot of times, you know, if I talk from the mind, you know,
Yeah.
you never know what's going to come out. But when you talk with the spirit, it's always good that comes out.
Yeah.
I find that when I'm, you know, in a setting somewhere and I'm trying to help guys, you know, I'm trying to help other guys to get to where I'm at or beyond, you know, to get some clean time. And when you speak through the spirit, well, I'll tell you what, you wouldn't believe the intelligence that comes from that is so much better than what comes from up here. Earthly intelligence is real foolishness compared to the ways of God.
I know I've been working real hard down at the ARC with a group of about 30 men and challenging them on their thinking. That their thinking is what got them there, and they need to change their thinking in order to never come back.
Right.
And it all starts in the mind, and then our mind determines our actions determine our habits determine our character acts, and our character determine our destiny. That's for sure, and I keep saying that. In fact, they chant it to me. We get up and we chant that baby out. It's something to see, believe you me. But having a good time down there and challenging them on their thinking and stirring them a little bit.
Yeah, I know when they're getting to that level, I think you do the step 4 and up class, or I'm not sure, but that's when they're getting close to graduation and ready to leave the program. And it's so important to have a plan in place, not just your sobriety part, but the other end of it is, you know, the financial part, where you're going to go, what job are you going to have. You got to have a phone. They don't give you your phone till you graduate, so you got to do things in a pretty quick fashion. So you better have things together and have a good plan, or you're going to fall flat on your face all over again. And to me, it's important to have a solid plan, and that's the whole idea behind treatment, is to change things and to come up with a good a plan for your sobriety that will keep you that way, so you don't have to go through that revolving door in 19 rehabs. I'm serious. Been there, done that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, working with a couple of the guys, we got great speakers lined up for those guys, and one of my good friends is a psychologist and has worked in the prisons. He's going to be working on the mental health end of it, and I think we'll get some stirring. There's no doubt about that, and get them thinking. And if we can do that, we'll probably be very successful.
Yeah, some of those guys have been there so many times, and I know some of them right now, and that feeling of when you're doing good and you got a job and then all of a sudden it's all gone and you're starting all over again. It's real sad and it's disheartening, but, you know, thank God that He's a God of second chances.
Amen.
And that He never gives up on us. He's faithful when we're not.
This has been the Ox and Q Show.